Yo, what is going on? It is Wednesday, February 11th, 6:08 p.m. And today was a day where just leads me more to wanting to trade discretional, to be honest, dude. Like, discretional forward test banger, no entry ifvg. Wasn't even me being picky. I was super open, super nonchalant today, which I'll get into it right now. So coming into the day, we were respecting this 4-hour gap right here. We had previous day high, which did get taken out pre-market, if I'm not mistaken. It did. So we had previous day high, we had this 4-hour internal high, we had this other buy side, and just overall, as you can see, it was clear bullish order flow, respecting this hourly still. The 15-minute was in an uptrend clearly. Yeah, just clear bullish order flow. The daily, I think we just inverted the daily gap to the upside. Yup, the daily, we were respecting it. Exactly that. Okay, so coming into open, we obviously are going to be bullish on the day, so we're just going to seek this 4-hour intermediate high. And of course, you know, obviously would more so want to swing lower to an inverse to the upside. However, when we pump up right at open, we leave 15-minute equal highs right here, which is internal draw liquidity. Beautiful. I'd take any inverse tagging off of this 5 or 15-minute. I personally wanted to dig a little bit deeper and get into this 15-minute and then get an inverse off of that, which was looking beautifully primed because we had this 15-minute SMT'd, and I wanted to get an inverse off of that. But if we take a look, we had no ifvg to inverse on 1 to 3 minute price leg, so I just couldn't get an entry. And if we take a look at the 30-second, there was no entry, so nothing to take here. We then went around and we chopped for a bit to ultimately lead to a fucking catastrophic dump, a fucking molecular whatever the fuck dump, 300-point dump. In this dump, if we take a look right here at the higher time frame, we see no form of any retracement to a 5-minute gap. Look, 5-minute gap, no retrace. 5-minute gap, no retrace. 5-minute gap, no retrace. Well, we had already taken the London low, and it would obviously been towards this data low. Would have been hoping to get something. I was even willing to take something. Once we closed under midnight on the 5-minute time frame, I wanted to just be able to pull back up into hopefully, you know, EQ of this range and then sell off. But we never got that. What did I take as far as my discretional trade? Let me review it. So as far as my discretional trade goes, we have this 1-minute order block right here. We respect the order block. Well, we had this other order block right here. I think this was even a higher time frame order block. Let me see. Yeah, it could have been considered a 2-minute order block. We're just going the 1 minute because that's what I was looking at mostly. The 1-minute order block gets respected. We close under it. Honestly, this could have been an entry right here. This 110% could have been an entry to data low. Just run it to 1.1 or 1 to 1. 100% this could have easily been an entry. However, this instead was my entry. Once we got the breaker structure to the downside, displacing under here, and I used these two 30-second gaps as my protected, well, this small 30-second gap, actually. It wasn't two. Was it two? Yeah, it was just a 1. 30-second gap as my protected zone for my discretionary stop, and just quick little 1-to-1 delivered in probably 2 minutes, if that. Yeah, delivered in under 2 minutes. Another day where my discretionary forward test plays out. I am going to be purchasing an eval and trading this way. So what this is to me is basically that we inverted. Like, we were showing clear displacement all the way down. It was seeming as though we were going to invert this 15-minute to the downside. Clearly, we had inverted these upper 5 minutes, and we're completely ignoring equilibrium of this range. We closed under midnight, and we're completely ignoring the retrace. We had a clear fair value gap up here that had already been respected and completely blown through. And then we have such a strong draw on liquidity right here in data lows that it's like, yo, we're going to take that data low. Let's just enter. Let's get there because we broke structure to the downside, and it's pretty fucking clear where we want to go. We even had this 30-second gap not want to get filled or inverted or anything, and it's pretty fucking clear that this is where we want to go. Yes, we still had, I believe, a 5-minute above, but if we take a look at this 5-minute, this 5-minute is still 90 points away from our entry. And it's just, yeah, we already disrespected midnight. We don't care about midnight no more because we closed under it. And that would have been my trade of the day. Okay, now let's get back into ifvgs. So obviously would have still looked for an entry towards this London lows because that is the new draw on liquidity, which, as you can see right here, we get no sort of anything, right? We then come back up and create this 15-minute, leave a lot of sell side down here. So this was actually my other trade idea. We get internal sell side right here. I wanted to see us come up, tag this 15-minute, get into EQ, hold the SMT with we got a 15-minute down here. We were SMT'd with in this 15-minute. I wanted to see us hold that SMT and get a fucking 30-second, a 1 minute, a something lower. But we didn't get shit. We did have this, well, you know, get this 30-second, 1 minute, whatever, lower. Break even at this 5 and let it run to 1 to, I just wanted a 1-to-1, bro, just to get a win under my belt. So it would have been something like this had we left a gap right here. It literally would have just been to this internal low. Literally would have just been this. Honestly, yeah, that would have been it. That 100% would have been it. But as you can see right here, we got nothing. Then we pump back up and we get a little bit higher into this 15, leaving behind this 5-minute gap right here. And if where was it? If this candle right here, this specific candle would have inversed this 5-minute gap, I would have taken this trade. Yes, I would have taken the 5-minute entry. Stops right at the body, targeting just 1-to-1 just to get a fucking win under my belt. But as you can see, we edged it, didn't close under it, and fucking continued to chop out. I immediately, once we didn't inverse it, we started ripping to the upside, and I just closed out my chart. So what is going to happen next is that I'm probably going to shift into this discretionary model, use IFVGs as confluences opposed to entry triggers. Again, like today, I used the 5-minute IFVG right here with the strong displacement. I used essentially technically the 1-minute IFVGs. Oh shit. All running through all of this, and I would have gone an entry for the second day in a row that would have hit TP. I just think for me personally, my mental sanity, IFVGs aren't for me. They're not built for me. Excellent fucking entry model though, would recommend it to anybody. I just don't know if this is seriously going to work for me because of the way that I seek and look at conditions. I am always seeking the most primed conditions and I never get that. However, with something like this, all you need is order flow, which I'm great at recognizing, and draw liquidity, which I am great at recognizing, and reasoning. 1-minute order block, respect the order block, respect the 1-minute fair value gap, break a structure / market structure, shift to the downside under here. Delivery. All I needed was 32.5 points. Nice and easy, man. I think it was like whatever, some shit on Tradeify, like Will does like 30 some points and it's like a 10k payout, dude. So yeah, this is definitely the way that I want to shift into and transition. I will be starting off basically by evals for it, like by one eval for it, and see if it's really, you know, I can really do it. And once I prove that to myself, I will be shifting over completely to that. And yeah, Nick, it is your journey. I believe in you. So yeah, with that being said, catch ya guys.